Empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand what someone else is feeling. People sometimes ask, "What would you do if you were in my position?" If you were asked that question, you might start your answer by saying, "If I were you, I would." When you ask that question, you want someone to empathize with you. When you give that answer, you are trying to empathize with someone. Empathy is about putting yourself in another person's position. You try to see the situation from the point of view of that other person. This is not always an easy thing to do. Every person is different from every other person. At the same time, we are all human beings. Most of us have similar feelings when we are faced with the same situation. You cannot understand a feeling that you have never felt. But most of us have felt pleased or angry, proud or ashamed, happy or sad. When we see signs of those emotions in other people, we can usually imagine how they feel inside. Empathy is important. If you cannot understand how another person is feeling, you cannot easily decide how you should behave towards them. It is also difficult to know how to help them properly if they need help. To be empathetic, then you have to know and understand the other person's feelings and problems. For example, Konrad Lorenz and his geese. Konrad Lorenz was an Austrian scientist and doctor. He was fascinated by animals as a child. When he grew up, he became famous for the books he wrote explaining animal behavior. People who lived near to Konrad Lorenz often found it difficult to explain his behavior. He pretended to be a goose. He would walk like a goose. He would make noises like a goose. He would go swimming in a pond like a goose. He must have been good at pretending to be a goose. He was usually followed around by a number of goslings. People asked what was happening. Konrad Lorenz would say that the little geese thought that he was their mother. The situation was very strange, but it had a scientific purpose. Lorenz had made a very interesting discovery. When baby geese and ducks hatch, that is, when they break out of their eggs, they follow the first thing they see. Usually, the first thing they see is their mother. So, it is natural to see a group of ducklings or goslings following a mother duck or goose as she swims on a pond or river. However, if the first thing the ducklings or goslings see is a stick or a ball, they follow it. Konrad Lorenz incubated some goose eggs. When the babies hatched, the first thing they saw was him. So they followed him. Konrad Lorenz could not really find out what geese think or feel by pretending to be a goose. He was trying to help his goslings grow up by doing the things that a mother goose might have done. He learned most by watching very carefully what the baby geese did and by thinking about what he saw. We need to do the same when we try to understand human behavior. We do not learn much by pretending to be someone else. We can learn a lot by watching other people and seeing how their behavior changes when they have different feelings.